is understanding culture.
Being resilient, being creative, excellence.
It means that you're going to be different. It means that you're going to stand out.
Means being unprecedented.
Think of our joy, our creativity, our contributions to the culture.
Loving my culture and knowing we may be often imitated, but we can never be duplicated.
Is to be a part of an experience that is truly unique, truly rare, truly curated, and meshed together in so many different forms.
You see the world differently, and that has helped me personally find a way of my understanding of life and how I want to do my part in helping people.
Being Black means to me finding community in anywhere I go.
Just generally is to leave behind a legacy of love.
How is everyone on this lovely sunny Sunday morning? Oh, boy, lovely Sunday afternoon, actually. Today is going to be a little bit of a more deeper and important topic, a little bit more personal to me and more personal to everybody that's included in this video. So today's video is, as I'm sure you read by the title, is what does it mean to be Black? It's important that we ask ourselves this question to understand who we really are, understand ourselves a little bit better, and to really grasp where our place in this world is. In this video, I ask a couple of my close friends and people I've just met throughout my life who are Black, who have a darker complexion like myself. I just ask them to look inside themselves and ask themselves this really important question. What does it mean to be Black to them? And I just wanted to give a space to other Black people to really have a chance to just see what their opinions were and what their some of their own experience in being Black and how that has changed their perception on just life in general. Well, not change, just how their perception going through life has been. And I just really wanted to give a space for other people like myself to express themselves. And yeah, make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video. I will be giving my own opinions and just what I think it means to be Black. As children, we are quick to recognize and notice the differences in colors, the differences between light and dark. And what features are the most desirable. Our complexions come with a caveat at times. A lot of times we are viewed with suspicion. We're not given the benefit of the doubt, and a lot of times our actions are not perceived as innocent. Black young girls have to worry about asking themselves whether or not a guy actually likes them because they're black. Black young girls have to figure out which hairstyle is appropriate for each occasion. Black men are constantly stereotyped and are the first ones looked at the first sign of trouble. We deal with so many things on a daily, like being stared at like we're some type of zoo animal, being called too loud, to being treated unfairly at work or school simply because of the way we choose to wear our hair or the way our hair naturally just grows out of our heads. Wikipedia says that black is a racialized classification of people, usually a political and skin color based category for specific populations with mid-dark brown complexions. But in this video, I wanted to give a space for other people who look similar to me in complexion. These people are my friends, people I've met throughout life, and I just wanted to give a space for them to voice their own opinions, concerns, thoughts about being black and just what it means to them. So, without further ado, I am going to give the floor to them, and make sure you stay tuned to the end of this video where you can hear and listen to my thoughts on what I think being black means to me.
So I freaking did the video, recorded the video, and then I look up and my camera's not recording. So let's do it again. I kind of forgot what I said. Okay. So I think that being black is to be a part of an experience that is truly unique, truly rare, truly curated, and meshed together in so many different forms. And sometimes I think being black constantly means to evolve, because there are different types of black people and different ways that people claim being black. Overall, I think that being black is a beautiful experience. It is all those moments that we, grow up hating ourselves or our hair or our skin. It is all those moments when we're picked on. It is all those moments in life that just remind us that we are different and we will be looked at different. And so we are able to create whatever it is in life that we want and who we want to be, because we're going to be judged by our skin and our hair and the pigment in our eyes and our freaking nail beds, that it doesn't even really matter. But for me, being black is to just be happy in my skin, in my truth, and enjoy the little pieces of myself that other people have demonized or hated for such a long time. And then also to love other people that look just like me or even look so different from me, but still just as beautiful because they are black. So that's what I think being black means to me. It's definitely an experience that, like I said, is curated to who you are. And I thank God every day that I'm black. Amen.
All right, when I think of what it means to be black, specifically African American, I don't think of the struggles or the way that my ancestors and my people have been harmed. I think of the strength that it took to overcome. I think of the strength and the fact that how much it took for me to even exist today, and what Black people have, how much they've had to fight and to persevere. And I can only feel pride. And I think of the fact that I exist, the phrase you are your ancestors' wildest dreams. really resonates with me, because in order for me to even be here, they had to go through so much. But also, despite the things my ancestors had to persevere, I think of our joy, our creativity, our contributions to the culture. American culture is Black culture. Culture all across the world has been touched and has been shaped by the culture of African people across the diaspora. And so being Black is empowering. I wouldn't want to be anything else. And I think, like, when I step into the room, I think of all the ancestors who are behind me. I think of all the power that I walk with because of my history and the history of my people. And so being Black to me means that I am proud of who I am. I'm joyful of who I am. I know how strong I am. That, that's in my DNA, that's in who I am. And I'm proud, I'm happy. I wouldn't trade it for anything else.
Hi, my name is Sydney, and I'll be talking a little bit about what does Black History Month mean to me and somewhat of what being Black means to me. So I wrote a couple of things down. Black History Month, for one, should be more than just a month. In light of the idea surrounding critical race theory, it feels as if people are trying to cover up and shield people, especially children, from the truth of Black history, whether it's good or bad, for what it is. The things that went on that made impacts of any size is in fact history and deserve to be acknowledged and discussed, not to place blame, but to learn from, change, and not make the same mistakes and allow history to repeat itself. Black History Month is a time of recognition, acknowledgement, and reflection. To reflect on those who came before us, contributed to a constantly growing world is a great thing. Black history is history, and it's long overdue to give credit where credit is due. This nation wouldn't flourish, in my opinion, as much as it would have without us. That's just how I feel. We can thank Garrett Morgan, a Black man who invented the 3-light traffic signal in 1923. We can thank Alexander Miles, a Black man who created the automatic elevator doors in 1887. We can thank Mark Dean, a Black engineer who helped develop the color IBM PC monitor and the gigahertz chip, one in 1980 and then in 1999. They bring me to the question of, what does being Black mean to me? Being Black means being different. I take up space even if it's not welcome. I'm different without having to try. I'm expecting myself to prove to anyone wrong about the angry Black woman stereotype. Being Black means living like today's my last day and being extraordinary in the time. Being Black means loving my culture and knowing we may be often imitated, but we can never be duplicated. Being Black means protecting and loving our women. Being Black means everything.
Being Black to me means being unprecedented, being original, being authentic, being history, being remarkable, being queer, being femme, identifying, being radical, and just being about liberation.
What does being Black mean to me? I look at it as you're gonna go through a beautiful struggle in life. It's not gonna be easy, but it's definitely gonna be worth it once you get to the top of where you wanna be, where God has led you. Being resilient, being creative, excellence. I think that's very big for me, of being a Black man. Yeah.
Let's say you need to finish a puzzle and you need that last piece. That's what I feel like being Black means to me. My name is Tavion Adams, and I think being Black and what it means to be Black, it means that you're gonna be different. It means that you're gonna stand out. If you look at the way we talk, the way we walk, the way we carry ourselves, the way we cook, and the way we dress, it's not your average look. We stand out, and that's what makes us Black. Our culture, everything about us stands out, and it's a good thing. Some people look at it as a bad thing when you have a job and you're the only one there that is Black, but you can't look at it like that. Being Black means that in that situation right there, you're the missing piece to the puzzle. You're the creative mind that those other employees or workers need to drive their company. You can't have a United States that you have today without Black people. And that's what being Black means to me. I think when you look at where we're at right now, you see the last 4 Super Bowl performers have been black performers. You wouldn't have had that 40 years from now, maybe 30 years from now, 21. So you look at your athletes, you look at who's basically the face of the NBA. You see LeBron James. That wasn't that case years back when there was an all-white league. So it's just like when you see the steps that we've climbed and the accolades and where we are today, it's a part of being black. And it's something that should be embraced, enjoyed, and used as a drive.
My name is Tavian Brown, and I would like to share what Black History Month means to me in America. To me, Black History Month is a way to remember how our people have come together and fought through adversity. This is an appreciation of how far we have come as people, and although we have faced many struggles and hardships, we still accomplished a multitude of different aspects that our people still carry and use to this day. On the personal level, being a black man in America, you go through certain experiences that others may not. You see the world differently, and that has helped me personally find a way of my understanding of life and how I want to do my part in helping people. With that being said, I'm very thankful and blessed, and I pray that God continues to watch over us and help us move forward. Thank you so much.
Hi, my name is Grace, and being black to me is understanding culture, understanding and living your skin, understanding your privilege, understanding and knowing what you are as a person, what your history was, and what your future is. Being black to me is an aspect of life that defines me as a person and describes my ancestors and describes my kids later on down the line. Being black to me is not only an experience, but it's my lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? Being black to me is a privilege because nobody knows what being black is unless you are black. Being black to me is not something that the next person who isn't black can wave a flag with. Being black to me is me, and I love being black. That's me. That's my mom. That's my dad. That's my sister. That's my brother. You know what I'm saying? Being black is me. And I am imperfectly me. Thank you.
Being black means to me finding community in anywhere I go to. It could be at Starbucks. It could be at the office. I'm always find like-minded individuals that look just like me.
Hello, my name is Karina, and today I'm going to be answering a question for you. And this question is, what does it mean to me to be black? And I thought of a lot of different ways to answer this question, harping on stereotypes, harping on the things that we go through, all that stuff. And it's kind of all culminated into one giant mess. And really the thing that I keep coming back to is love. Now, I think the biggest reason that I've come back to this answer and continue to come back to this answer is because of what currently is progressing through my own life. I have a grandmother. She is 76. She would be 77 this year, who is currently losing her battle against leukemia. And she's been battling this for a while. We've kind of known that this day would come eventually. But even still, you know, you can only plan so much for the end of somebody's life. But she's handled it gracefully, as I think anyone could. And in just this past week, I was able to see her and talk to her. And one of the things that we talked about was her legacy. And I was interested to see, you know, what was her goal. I don't really think you think of a legacy, at least for most people. I don't think they think of a legacy until they get a little bit older. And they're like, yeah, you know, I'm going to have kids and all this stuff. But for her, it wasn't really about the material things. It wasn't about leaving behind people that were going to remember her. For her, she said her goal was to leave a legacy of love. And when I looked at her, I was like, what do you mean a legacy of love? What is it, like, what kind of prophetic nonsense is this supposed to be? And she laughed and we joked about it, but she explained to me that her goal in life was never to leave behind kids that are going to remember her or make the biggest impact in the world or, you know, change life as we know it. Her goal was always just to wake up every day and love with her entire heart. And it got me a little bit emotional, especially because I find myself to be a pretty similar person. But I feel like not a lot of people act that way anymore. That's a very rare thing to find. And she explained, she's like, you know, I can rest peacefully knowing that I have left you behind. I've left your father, your aunts, your uncles, your cousins, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren. I'm survived by brothers and sisters. All of these people who have known the love that I can give and have known what it feels like to be loved immensely and to love immensely. And she was like, I can rest peacefully knowing that you guys will also put the same love into everything that I tried to instill into you. And to me, I feel like, especially when we look at the Black community, when we look at Black people, when we look at things that we would classify as Black, a lot of the times, yes, it's about pain and, you know, the things that we've survived, but a lot of times it's also about that joy. It's about that love. It's about being unapologetically yourself, being different, not worrying about what others say. And for me, I think those words really stuck with me. And I think that is a legacy that I would love to and plan to continue into my own life. Ultimately, I think my answer to this question of what does it mean to me to be Black, I think it means to love. I think it means to be a person, a community, an idea, an example of how much love you can have for something, how much love you can give to the world. It means to me, like, essentially, where can my joy and my love take me? And where have joy and love taken us in the past? They've taken us through our fights. They've taken us through our highest of highs and lowest of lows. They've gotten us to where we are today. And no matter what, we continue to smile. We continue to fight. We continue to push. No matter how tiring it is, no matter how upset we are, no matter how much we want to give up, and sometimes we do give up, I feel like love is what brings us back. And that is something that I feel is very irreplaceable in the Black community, and something that cannot be copied, that cannot be reflected in most cases anywhere else, is the love that Black people have and the love that the Black community have for just life and living. And I think my grandma was an embodiment of that, and I think she's an embodiment of, to me, what it truly means to just be a Black person and to live your life and to try and move forward with everything that's stacked against you. So all in all, I would say that my answer to this question, what does it mean to be Black, just generally, is to leave behind a legacy of love.
When I think about being Black, one of the first things I think about is, you know, how the sun hits my skin, how it complements my melanin and just gives me that natural glow. You see that? You see that? Mwah. Perfection. I think about putting lotion on every single day in the morning, just so I don't become ashy later on in the day. I think about how my natural hair forms a crown on top of my head. And I also think about those who came before me. you know, their struggles to get me where I am today. I think about the perceptions and stereotypes placed on us. I just think about all the things that make me me. Being black is everything. You know that I'm an artist, I'm a runner, I love to read and write. There are so many things that make me who I am. Being black is just, you know, the icing on the cake. I am part of a rich and fascinating culture that is part of almost everything in daily life. You know, it's a part of music, art, food, and so much more. And I just really wish to share my thoughts and opinions and others' thoughts and opinions about what being black truly means. I hope that this video resonated with you somehow, and that if you are someone who is struggling, you know, as I have in the past with being black, or just your perceptions about being black, I hope this video and the thoughts of others brings you closure and just really opens your eyes about what being black is. And I even hope those who are kind of, you know, ignorant to what black culture is and what it means to be black, this video kind of opens your eyes to what it really means to be black. And so, yeah, thank you for listening to me ramble about this very important topic, and hope you continue to stop by and watch and engage with my videos. So yeah, thank you.